HTX. Disarmed.
Have you got an HTX radio like this? Does it run ELRS? If so, I need to have a word with you. Allow me to explain. Yesterday over on the ELRS website, the developers posted a concerning update. The update is that there is a former community member, not even a member of their team, that has tried to register a trademark against ELRS, basically tried to take the copyright of ELRS for themselves away from the dev team. And in doing so, that could potentially cause you and I problems. Let's head over to the PC now and have a look at what the details say and why this could be a real problem for us. As you can see on the screen now, this was posted on the 3rd of October by ELRS, and it explains that on the 25th of August they was notified that an individual, who I won't name but I'll leave on the screen because it's in legal documentations, has applied to register ELRS as a trademark in China, and then on the 8th of September a further notification that they've done the same in the United States of America. What does that mean? Well, because it's open source and because of the way that the project is put together, if this legal action is successful and this individual is able to get that copyright granted, it could mean a number of things. It could mean that we lose access to ELRS altogether, which is unlikely. I suspect the motivation behind it is to take control of it to then charge a service fee, which sort of goes against it being open source in the first place. Now, the developers hold their hands up and say, look, we should have protected our name earlier on in the project than what we have done. But at the end of the day, when it's a community project that benefits everybody in the community, I guess the naivety there is you don't expect bad actors to come along and try and take it. But unfortunately, I've seen friends on YouTube recently who have teamed up with other friends, and all of a sudden something's happened to one of those friends, and then the other friend has tried to basically take full control of it. And I've seen it actually happen in instances as well. So whilst it's commendable what they've done, we need to help them get out of the situation that they're in so that they can fight any potential legal causes that they've got, but then also moving forward, make sure that anything that happens, they've got a way of protecting themselves by copywriting, trademarking, whatever you may call it in your country, to stop this happening again in the future. And that's where we all come in. Now, I'm going to make a donation later on today. I've just seen Stu's video now. So I was like, whoa, what is this? Checked it out for myself and thought, right, the first thing I need to do before anything else is raise awareness. So I'm going to get this video out as quick as possible. I'm not even going to wait for the 10 p.m. schedule. I'm not even going to premiere it. I'm just going to put it straight out the second that I've finished editing it. But let's have a quick look on here. So it says, to protect ELRS in response to this, they formed ExpressLRS LLC in the United States to represent the project's interest and hold our trademarks. We're in the process of registering ExpressLRS in key regions around the world to protect the community. On October the 2nd, our legal counsel issued a cease and desist to this individual. Now, what's interesting as well is this particular person, who was at one point an active member in our public Discord chat, although the individual's never considered a part of the project and is not associated with ELRS in an official or unofficial capacity. This individual was recently banned from our community spaces, which makes me wonder, is this a jilted lover? Somebody who thought they was part of it. And then when they realised they wasn't, they've taken the bat and the ball and they've gone home. But what they want to do is take everybody else's bat and everybody else's ball so that nobody can play. I don't know. And, I'm quite happy if that individual wants to come on this channel and have an interview and explain themselves. I'm more than happy to host that in a fair and open manner. But at this moment in time, we need to protect ELRS. So if that person wants to come on and justify themselves, by all means, the invitation's there. My email address is down below. However, at this moment in time, we have to protect what has made this community great. And what's made this community great is open source. And open source is something I will always back to the hilt. So I'm going to make a donation later on today. the meantime, I'm going to leave all the details in the description down below as to how you can help, what this is all about, and yeah, like this is wild, this is crazy. I'd like to say I can't imagine for 1 second that this will be a successful action, but then also at the same time, the problem is, whilst it doesn't look like it'll be a successful action, legal things happen. So in short, that's all of the details, and if we want to protect ELRS and our own interests moving forward, and the interests of new pilots coming into the hobby, because we are coming up to the Christmas and holiday season, people will be buying stuff for the first time. They may receive a radio like this and an ELRS drone, and a worst case scenario, and it is a worst case scenario of course, but the worst case scenario could well be that you buy this and you buy an ELRS drone and this whole thing goes through, and then this particular individual decides in order to use it you need to pay a $20 subscription a month. Again, it is the worst case scenario, but once somebody takes control of something like that, it's then up to them what they do with that business, isn't it? And ultimately, once they've taken control, they can turn it into a business, they can turn it away from a community hub and into a business. What the devs at ELRS have done for our control link has been amazing. I started with FR Sky and Spectrum sort of 10, 11 years ago, and we had a range of about 100 to 200 meters at best most of the time. You had random fail-safes that didn't really make any sense whatsoever, and it was a bit of a nightmare. Then obviously TBS Crossfire came along, and that was amazing. You know, TBS Crossfire really did change the game. It was a genuine game changer, and I switched everything over to Crossfire and I loved it. But then ELRS came out, and as somebody who loves open source software, it made more sense to me to switch to an open source project. That's just who I am. I prefer open source, and I've used it every single day since it launched many, many years ago. But we digress. My point is, I'm really happy with what ELRS has done, what it provides us with. The cost point of entry for newbies has been reduced. And that's no demigration on TBS and Crossfire at all, because without Crossfire, ELRS wouldn't exist. But we need to protect ELRS. We need to protect our own interests moving forward. So I am going to leave details in the description down below, including Stu's original video that alerted me to this morning. I'm going to go away. I'm going to edit this video. I'm going to get this out as quick as I can this Saturday. I'm not going to wait for the 10 PM release that I normally release my videos on, and I'm not even going to premiere it. I'm just going to drop it because we need to raise as much awareness as we possibly can. There is also a link in there to donate, which is something I'm going to do once I've got this video edited. Get behind them, support them, because you don't want to lose this. It really is a game changer. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Support them as best you can, even if it's just vocal on all the forums. And until next time, everybody, peace out. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most, so watch it and let me know if they're right.